Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I will be discussing an important topic, that is environment and Islam. Inshallah, in short period of time I will cover and discuss some key points of this topic. As you all know that this is a crucial topic. The reality of climate change calls for a re-evolution of our actions and a redirection of our energies towards the reductions for possible reversal of the looming environmental crisis. Religious leaders, Islamic scholars are challenged to look into their traditions for any inspirations that could guide us towards averting this global disaster. This new demand on old traditions forces us to look creatively at the world's religious heritage and reinterpret or reapply sacred texts and principles to our present problem. It is surprising, however, that the text of the Islamic religious traditions speak directly on many issues that are pertinent to our problem. Hence, the task for the Muslim expositor here is not so much a reinterpretation of the traditions, but mainly a reapplication of old texts to new problems. To begin with, the Quranic calls we would like to recognize our own contributions to the crisis. Corruption, Quran says and tells us, corruption doesn't appear on the land and sea because of the evil which men's hand have done, that he may make them test a part of that which they have done, in order that they may return. According to the verse cited, God is giving us a test of our own medicine so that we may return from the wrong directions we have taken in life. If we are to reverse the deterioration of our environment, then we have to make some hard choices and change our practices. In other words, ecological change calls for personal change. Wastefulness is a major contributing factor to our present problems. Hence, the sudden awareness of the benefits of reducing, reusing, and recycling waste. But this reminds us of some Quranic cautions. For example, but Quran says, but waste not by excess, for Allah loveth not the wasters. The principle of the conservation is illustrated by the following rule, noted in many basic texts relating to Islamic acts of worship. While making ablutions in preparation for prayer, we should be abstemious in the use of water, even we have a river at our disposal. When this rule was first formulated, its practical benefit may have been puzzling. Today it is all too plain. Muslims following this rule must over time cultivate due regard for water and other natural resources as divine provisions. A call for change. Failing to the follow Quranic injunctions, we have of course upset the ecological balance, and it is up to us to set it right again. This will require great effort and courageous personal change. We need to do our best to restore and preserve the balance in nature, to take up our responsibility as viceroys of God, and hence as custodians, stewards, and trustees in whose trust God has placed the resources we enjoy. We need to maintain the ecosystem that harbor dazzling array of life forms God has created, including animals, birds, insects,